Hey guys, it's Carrie Burke here. I am your Pampered Chef lady. I absolutely love Pampered Chef. Obviously, I am a huge supporter. I work for it, Pampered Chef, and I love to cook. So it's difficult for me to pick like favorite things because I really love everything. So I was kind of thinking like, okay, holidays, let's try to get geared up and figure out what would be something that would be awesome, and then kind of to talk about some of the things that I use all the time. So if you have any questions, type them in the chat. So probably one of my favorite all-time things that I use a lot is our Simple Slice. So that's what this is right here. It's like a little mandolin, but it only has a flat blade on it. So what I like about it is that there's a lock on here, so it locks the blade down so that you won't cut your fingers. And then you also have 3 different blade settings, which I love. So I can just flip my finger to the different settings, and then I can slice whatever I want. So it comes with a nice guard that you slide right on top and then put whatever you want to slice inside here and then do your slicing. I use it with pretty much everything, any vegetable that's harder. I don't use it with tomatoes, especially ones that are a little bit more ripe. I have another tool that I'll use for that, and I'll show that to you guys in a second. But this really, I make sliced apples all the time. I use it for Brussels sprouts. I do carrots, onions. I've done butternut squash. I absolutely love this product. It's one of my faves. I use that on the regular. Another product that I use on the regulars is I like to do a lot of food prep. So these are our silicone measuring bowls. So they come in a set of 3, and these are the lids. And as you can hear, they're pretty hard plastic. And I love them because they have a lip on them too that measures, or a little indentation that goes inside the lip of the bowls. And so they're a set of 3, a 3 cup, a 2 cup, and a 1 cup. And what I like is that there's measurements on the inside of the bowl that are raised up on the silicone. And I can use them for food prep, but I can also freeze them, and then I can also cook with them. They can go into the oven at 350 degrees. So if I want to make a cute little cake and turn it upside down or cut it in half and make a football or whatever, I can use these to do that. So I absolutely love these. I use them on the regular. And in that same ballpark, we also have these cute little prep bowls that are the freezer bowls, which are basically the same exact thing, except they're kind of this grayish color. And they come in a set of 6, and they actually have a freezing tray that comes with it, so you can put this right in that freezing tray. And then if you have something in there, it's not going to shimmy around in your freezer. So I love those too. So in lieu of like holidays and stuff coming up, you're gonna wanna make sure that you have some really good knives. So one of the things I love about Pampered Chef, well, you're probably gonna hear me say that a lot, is that our knives and our cookware all have a lifetime warranty. So you'll never have to buy another knife or another piece of cookware for the lifetime that you have it. So even if you didn't purchase it from me, if you have older cookware and you are wanting to replace it, just let me know. Shoot me a message and send me some pictures of that cookware or your knives, and I can help you. But these are our knives. This is my chef's knife. Now this knife has got some water on it. It's super, super old. Like I've probably had these knives for 20 years. And I haven't had to have them replaced yet. But you wanna make sure that your knife is a solid piece of steel from tip to tip, so that you don't lose the handle when you go to cut with it. And you also want it to be really heavy. These things are super duper heavy. So this is our chef's knife, and we have a sanduku knife. And the reason that these little indentations are in on the silver is because that's a way for air pockets, so that when you're cutting certain vegetables or things, those air pockets will keep the food from sticking to your knife. So that's why you have those on there. And then we also have, there's so many of them. I'd have cleared out my entire kitchen and all my cabinets if I had to show you everything. And so this is another smaller version of the sanduku. Another thing that I use on the regular are stoneware. So I am in love with our stoneware, and we just changed, actually improved it with the new line, which is called Stoneware Fusion. So before they didn't really recommend that you preheated your stones because they were worried that they would crack if there wasn't food on them, and you weren't to wash them in the dishwasher. But these, now you can, but I just want to show you, this is our bar pan. Now see how black and brown and bad looking mine is? This is a good thing. This means it's seasoned. And I've had this one probably for 20 years also, maybe, because I sold Pampered Chef long ago, and I was probably 27 and I'm 48, so 20 years ago. And I got that pan then, and so that's how long I've used it. So this is our new one that I just got, which I started using. And you can see the difference in the color between the two, right? So I use it to do one sheet meals. I use it to roast vegetables. I do chicken, I do cookies, I've done fish, I roast nuts, you name it, I do it. The beautiful thing about our stoneware is it doesn't transfer the flavor. So if anyone's new to stoneware, give me some hearts. If you have stoneware, give me some hearts or some likes. Let me know if you are interested in stoneware with some hearts and likes. It changes the way you cook. If you've never used it before, you don't have to oil and grease your pans a lot. And it cooks everything evenly. So if you're gonna burn something, it's gonna burn 100% even. And it's just because your oven always fluctuates in temperature. So that's why on like brownie pans and things like that, or your lasagna, the outside edges get darker faster than the insides, or your cookies get browner on the outside than they do on the inside. And that's because the oven's constantly fluctuating. And if you're using aluminum, that aluminum is going to fluctuate as well. So with the stones, it takes them a little bit longer to heat up, but once they get to that temperature, they're going to stay there. And so the first batch of cookies that say maybe 12 minutes, you might want to keep them in there a little bit longer for that first go around, because that stone is heating up. Another benefit is that it'll keep your food warm for between 30 to 45 minutes if you keep it on that stone. So if you're having a dinner party or even just dinner with your family and you don't want your food to get cold, stoneware is a great way. Now there's plenty of different options, and you'll know the difference between, this is new Stoneware Fusion, which has got this pretty little design on it, or old stoneware, so it's just flat on the bottom. Okay, this does not go in the dishwasher, the old version, but the new version can. This is our cast iron, which we just came out with last season, and I love it. There's 3 different kinds. There's a 12-inch, 10-inch, and then we have 2 little mini 5.5-inch ones that are adorable. You always want to make sure that you have different types of cookware in your kitchen. So we have different lines of cookware. Depending on what you're looking for and what you want in your cooking. So like non-stick cookware is good for like making a sauce or doing like a chicken breast if you don't want to sear. And it'll make those sauces nice and velvety and delicious, or a pasta dish or something like that. But if you want to sear on something, you really want to get a cast iron skillet. And what I love about it is that this can become an heirloom. So if you have a family member that you can pass this on to your kids, your grandkids, but it makes the best sear on a fillet. It makes amazing sea scallops. It does great chicken breasts. It makes awesome fajitas. I absolutely love cornbread. It is amazing. And this has a lifetime warranty on it. This is our stainless steel non-stick line. So I absolutely love, look how big this thing is. This thing is ginormous. This is our wok. Love, love, love it. Like we use this on the regular. You can throw vegetables in here, your meats, get your stir fry sauce, and bam, wham, you're done. It is so good. I love it because the non-stick it's a coating, but you can use metal on these. You're not gonna scratch the non-stick right off, which is amazing. And all of our pots and pans have lifetime warranty. Pampered Chef has a patent on these, and so you can't get these anywhere else, but you can take the handles off of these. So if you have an issue with space, it's nice because you just push the button and pull the handle and it comes right off. So then you can stack all of the non-stick cookware right on top of each other in your cabinet, and then you can put these handles somewhere else, and then you don't have this wonky handle hanging out if space is an issue. So those are just a couple different pieces within our cookware lines. Talking about baking, because we're all gonna be baking. Christmas and all the holidays are coming, and like Halloween and all that kind of stuff. So a couple things I wanna show you guys. I got a bunch of stuff over here. These are our cookie house molds. So these are so stinking adorable. Check those out. Okay, so, oh, they smell like gingerbread. I just made 6 gingerbread houses for one of my really good friends. Her daughter has 6, my mother's best friend's daughter, who's a friend of mine, has 6 daughters. 2 twins that are in 4th grade, and then they all go down to like age 2. And so we made gingerbreads. And so what I love about this is they're silicone, as you can see, right? So you can just, kids can use these to where you just push the dough right inside the molds and then take a rolling pin and roll right over to flatten them out, put these bad boys in the oven, and then you already have all the indentations of the windows and the roof and the door, and then you can decorate this little bad boy till your heart's content. Love it. Highly recommend that you get these because then you can make Halloween houses, spooky gingerbreads, you can make Christmas gingerbreads, you can make Easter gingerbreads. You can do whatever you want with these bad boys, and I absolutely love them. They're my faves. So while you're baking, you're gonna need some bowls. So these are our glass mixing bowls, and as you can see, I use them quite often. And I actually use, this is a trick that I don't know if everybody knows about, but these are our pot protectors. So these bad boys are in the index of the catalog. So not everything makes the cut in the catalog because there's a lot of products. So go into the back of the catalog and check out the little diamond on the key at the top of the, I think it's the second or third last page is the key. And these are our glass mixing bowls that I use these protectors to put them inside because there's 3 of them. And so they don't get scratched or dinged up. I put these in between each one of them when I store them in my cabinets. Love them. Like, love them. I also love our stainless steel mixing bowls. These are 20 years old as well. And this is one of the smallest ones. There's 2 other ones. This is a 8 cup, there's a 16 cup, and a 32 cup. It's humongous, like Mac Daddy huge. And they just store inside of each other. But I use them all the time. I love these because they have a non-stick bottom. So these I can use when I'm mixing up cake doughs and stuff too because see, they won't move around. Beautiful thing. And they have a lid so you can use it to store stuff, which I love. Now these ones also have a lid. It's a silicone lid that you can purchase and it's right here in my drawer. So you can, here's the silicone lid that you can place these right on top of the glass bowls, and it is sold in a set of 3 to match and fit the bowls, okay? So highly recommend those, super, super cool. We also have some really cool holiday things that are going on. These are kind of not new, but they're fun, and I just made them the other night as well. You can make soft pretzels. So we have a soft pretzel kit that's really cool so that you can form your pretzels and then you can dunk them in your baking soda bath and then put them in the oven. They're absolutely delicious. It's a great activity to do with kids. So if you're looking for gifts, for little ones, because the more you cook with children in the kitchen, the more they're probably going to eat healthier. So it's a really good thing. So on that healthy note, another one of my faves are our Enrichables. So our Enrichables are made to enhance your meals. So it's your meals a little bit more nutritious. So there is pea protein and kale and fiber. And they come in these little packages with a scoop inside. And on the back, it tells you what you can use, how much you can use to boost that meal. So I hide these in everything. Taco meat, brownies, cake, shakes. What else have I put them in? Mac and cheese, pasta, sauces. You can put these bad boys in anything. Pancake mixes, I say that, waffles. Oh yeah, anything, breads. You can't even taste it. Now the only thing I'm gonna tell you is if you use the kale and fiber, it is green. So if you don't have something that's a little bit darker, it'll turn to green. But kids love, like, you can say you're having monster pancakes, but for those picky eaters, or even if you're a picky eater, it's a great way to get a little bit, another boost of nutrition. These are our baking dishes and our baking sheets. Now, I think sometimes when you're looking in a catalog, it just doesn't give you like the pow of what these are like. Like, our baking pans are so incredibly amazing. Like, it's ridiculous, like how heavy they are. This is the waffle stick pan, and this is the bottom of it, so I love the color, but it is a very thick material. It's non-stick. I mean, these things are awesome. So this makes great waffle sticks. You can make bread sticks in it. We have our basic cupcakes, and then we also have brownies. We have a mini brownie and we have a big brownie. So if you want to do squares, so if everyone likes the outside of the brownie, the crunchy part, and you're always fighting for the edges, we have that. And then we also have, like, if you want to do little banana breads for the holidays. And this one's my favorite. I used to make these. My husband's grandfather just passed away in June, and he was like my favorite little guy. and I used to make him pies. And so this is a pie plate, and I am not joking when I tell you these things slide right out. And it comes with two little round, like almost like a cookie cutter, but it's for the pie crust. So one of the cutters are bigger, and the other round cutter is smaller. So you've got one for the base of your pie and then one for the top. And what I love is there's 6. So if I wanted to do 3 apple or 3 cherry, I could, and then I could put them in in a freezer container and give them to them. But let me show you something else. See, I told you that I was gonna be all over my kitchen, because once I start talking about this, you guys, it's like nonstop. So with our cupcake pan, the square pan, and the boat pan, these are our boats. So, or I should say our mini muffin pan. So basically what this is gonna do is when you're baking something, once it gets out of the oven, you cool it, not 100% though, and you take this and you just push it right inside that, whatever it is. So if it's a brownie, if it's meatloaf, and you push it right in there, and then it makes an indentation. So you can get your fancy little decorating kit, which we have, and you can put in cheese, you can put in mashed potatoes, you can put in whatever it is that you want. If you want to do like a cupcake, cream cheese frosting on top of it. But all you do is unscrew this, and then you put the square one in for if you're going to use the square brownie pan. Something to cool these things on. So our cooling racks, these are again 20 years old. So if you haven't gotten the theme, guys, it's worth the investment to invest in Pampered Chef products, because they really do hold their value. And it's the greatest company that if you have anything wrong with your products, they will take care of you as long as it's under their warranty and everything's fine. They will work with you to try to figure it out. But what I love about these is they come in a set of 2 and they'll stack on top of each other. There's a little corner right here that this leg from the other one would go on top. But they collapse down and you can put them right in your counter or in your cabinet, wherever you keep them. Love, love. Okay. In lieu of holidays, you're gonna have a turkey or a ham or something that you're gonna have to either get out of something or you're gonna have to shred it. So I love these bad boys. They are, they magnetize. And so they're easy to find, but you can use them not only to shred, but if you wanna slice 12 pieces of meat very thinly, you can put it right here and slice your knife right through. Or if you want thicker pieces, you can do this. I use these on the regular. They're my faves. Totally love them. For storage purposes, our prep bowls are the bomb. These are 1-cup prep bowls. They come also in a 2-cup and a 3-cup. I love our can opener. This is an easy open can opener. So you helicopter this can opener. You go from the top down and twist. It'll automatically lock on the top of your can opener lip. And what I like is if you have any arthritis or you have joints that are harder to turn, this is an easier one for folks that have any of those issues. And then there's kind of a little bird beak right there, if you can see it. And you have to push this button to pull the can lid off. Now, fun tip is you can actually take a can. This was back in the day when I worked a long time ago. It was a tip that they gave us, that you can take a can of whatever. Like, if you come and rob my house, you'll know this about me, that we have a can in our pantry that we actually keep cash in. Hilarious, right? So it just blends in with the rest of the cans. So if we ever get robbed, I doubt anyone's gonna go into my cabinet and be like, oh, I wonder if those green beans or those whatever have money in it. They're never gonna know. So I still use the trick, and my husband and I always go into our little cash jar, and I just think it's hilarious. And then this is actually a jar opener, and this was my husband's grandfather's. You can see his name and his doors on it, but he has now passed away, so we have it back. So now I have 2. But basically it's an easy open jar opener. So there are ridges on both sides of this. One is serrated, one is not. And you slide this right into the can, okay? So if it's a can of pickles, olives, whatever, jam, and you can't get open, you pull this, push this into the lid, and it secures it, and you twist it, and it's gonna open it right up. It makes life really easy too, so I use that one a lot as well. I love, oh, well, this is one of my favorites because I love whipping cream. You can make whipping cream, homemade whipping cream, in 2 minutes. That's all I'm gonna tell you. You need one of these. You got Thanksgiving coming up, and when you use those squirter things, there's chemicals in that stuff, guys. Don't get that stuff. And plus, along with our Madagascar double strength vanilla, which is phenomenal. It'll make a vanilla cake, any kind of cake or cookies, just off the chart delicious. This, guys, it's like $6. Totally one of my favorite products, not even joking. Now yours is not gonna be pink. Yours will be like, I think it's burgundy. It's a dual-sided kitchen brush, and I love it because it has a pointy end and a cool little end that you can get through in the nooks and crannies of things. So it's very awesome. This is our Dutch oven. So it is part of our cast iron line, but it is enameled, so it's coated. Now I just made sourdough bread in here, and I didn't clean out the bottom of it. So there's crumbs and stuff on the bottom of mine. But this is an amazing pot. If you want to make bread in here, it makes the most delicious bread in the universe. You can do casseroles, and you can roast a chicken in here. I mean, this is an amazing, amazing product. And if you like cast iron, enamel, cast iron is just a prettier version of it. And I obviously love this company, and I love the products, and I've been cooking with their products for many, many years. So if you guys are looking at all of these things, and you're like, oh, for the love, then book a party with me so that I can help you guys get them at a significant discount or for free. And if you are so in love with all of it and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to do what she's doing, then come and join me, because I'm telling you what, it was the best gift that was offered to me. It's been a game changer for me. And you can work it as, you know, you're the CEO of your own business when you do this. So you can choose when and if you want to work. There's no requirements. There's no, you know, it's your job. You're your own CEO. How cool is that? So anyway, I appreciate you guys being here. I really, really do. Thank you so much for your support of our business and for keeping your families fed with good food using really awesome products. So the one thing I keep telling the whole world is that we are going to have to eat forever. And so Pampered Chef is definitely going to be around. It's our 40th anniversary.